It's time for high school football. I'm Patrick Hemel, welcoming you to Hurricane Stadium for tonight's REV game of the week between the Live Oak Eagles and the Prairieville Hurricanes. Before we talk about tonight's game, let's send it down to Jeff Porsche, who is standing by with Brianna Cheney, Prairieville High assistant cheer coach, to tell us more about the cheer team.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I'm here with Brianna Cheney, and I want to thank you for joining us. And our first question today is, we want you to tell us a little bit about some of the things that are going on with the Prairieville High School cheerleaders.
Awesome. So you can look forward to us being on the JV home game sidelines and also all varsity away games coming up. We are actually competing for the first time as a program this year. So our show off will be at Dutchtown High School on November 2nd, and we will compete at regional competitions from then on, trying to earn a bid to nationals in Orlando, Florida.
Excellent. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about the team and why it's so special this year?
There's a million things that make this team special, but I would have to say the main thing that makes these girls special is their pride for the Hurricane family. They have taken the honest, hardworking, and humble, the 3 H's that are for Prairieville High School, and truly taken them to heart. They act on that inside and outside their uniforms, and truly they have built a legacy that is going to go well beyond their years here at Prairieville High School.
Excellent. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about the leadership on this team among the girls?
Well, we have 8 wonderful leaders out of our 46 cheerleaders. So we have chosen an overall captain, which is Callie Townsend. She was unanimously chosen amongst all of the girls. She truly showcases what it means to be a leader and to pull all 3 of our squads together as one united front. Then we also have 3 sideline captains. That's Mackenzie Martine, Olivia Wascom, and Natalie Landry. They do a wonderful job on the sidelines, making sure we are doing appropriate cheers and getting the crowd involved. We also have 2 competition captains. That's Addison Knockhand and Claire Bodan. They have done a great job prepping our girls for competition and making sure their skills are ready for that showcase that's on November 2nd. And lastly, we have 2 freshman captains. That's Kate Lyons and Libby Horn. And those girls showed up, and we saw their leadership potential the second they walked through the door. They have done a great job merging those 2 middle schools that come together as Prairieville High School cheerleaders.
Okay, well, now that we've talked about the cheerleaders, this is your first year at Prairieville High School, and very recently you were named the Prairieville High School New Teacher of the Year. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, I was over the moon. All of admin walked into my room and I didn't know what was going on. And you probably saw in the picture my hands were over my mouth and I was so shocked. But truthfully, Prairieville High School has had a special place in my heart since my junior year of high school when I heard it was being built. Last year I was blessed to be named the coach of Prairieville High School cheer, and then I was hired on from there. And I'm honestly just blessed by the best admin and best peers and best family that has allowed me to get to this position and take this honor and stand alongside Jeff Dittman, our teacher of the year, and Lizzie Johnson, our support person of the year. And I'm just truly humbled and honored to get this role.
Well, Brianna, thank you so much for joining us and for having your cheerleaders here with us tonight.
Thank you.
And so that'll do it for everything on the field. We're going to take a break, get ready for the REV game of the week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
For over 40 years, Bingle has been a trusted name in pest control. Now Bingle Pro Exterminators brings that same expertise and reliability to your home and business. From termites and mosquitoes to roaches, ants, wasps, and wildlife, no pest stands a chance against our professionals. At Bingle Pro Exterminators, we keep pests gone. For a free inspection, call 833-GO-BINGLE or visit binglepro.com. Bingle, the official pest control of LSU Athletics.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Galva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Galva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
At LRC Baton Rouge, we bring you trusted Motorola communication solutions along with advanced security and surveillance systems. We also specialize in a full range of AV solutions, including our own LRC View video walls that transform spaces with stunning visuals. Whether it's seamless communication, top-tier AV installations, or robust access control, LRC Baton Rouge is your all-in-one technology partner. Miller Safety Consulting is more than a service. They're a partner in protecting your people, your business, and your future. With over 27 years of experience, Jeremy Miller and his board-certified team provide expert safety services in OSHA consultation, legal case support, customized training, and more. They also offer online training courses in leadership, health and safety, and mental health and wellness in the workplace. Visit millersafety.com for more information.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. I made it again in less than 5 minutes, so I win the bet one more time. Tonight we're at homecoming here at Hurricane Stadium in Prairieville. The Prairieville Hurricanes, a 2-game winning streak, taking on Live Oak, who are on a 2-game losing streak. Now, last year that they only played 1 game because they've only been in existence for 1 year before this season. And last year, Live Oak defeated Prairieville by a score of 39-3. And when you talk about last week, Prairieville with the shocker, not only a win, but a 3-score win, beating East Ascension 44-27. Now, Live Oak last week, they went to Denham Springs and they struggled. Actually, I believe they were the home team last week, but they took on Denham Springs and they lost by a score of 63-34. So they are looking to get back on track after a couple of big losses. And now I'm going to turn it over to Patrick, and he's going to tell you about the coaches for these 2 teams.
Hey, Jeff, good evening. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Looking at the coach's notebook here, they both have a record of 5-11 in their second season. Randall Leggett for Live Oak and Coach Mike Schmidt for the Hurricane. But that 5-11 feels different, Jeff. As Prairieville's coming off of 2 wins, sitting at 3-3 this year. Live Oak struggling, off to a rough start for this season. So, you can always skew statistics and stats, depending on how you want to look at it. If you just throw 5-11 and say, oh, that's the same, it's not, Jeff. It's totally different.
So on the other side, you have Mike Schmidt, and he is, like you said, 5-11, but he seems to be a coach that's on the rise, I suppose you could say, like you were talking about.
No doubt, especially on that 2-game win streak, 3-3 on the season thus far, which is part of the keys to the victory. That 5 wins out of a 5-11 for Mike Schmidt leads you into the keys to victory for these 2 teams tonight.
And I'll take care of that because I've been able to watch these teams the last 2 weeks. And for Live Oak, the reason they're losing these games is because they're throwing way too many interceptions. And a lot of it has to not necessarily do with the quarterback, but balls that are going off the receiver's hands. Caden Jones is a really good quarterback, and they're going to throw the ball on almost every down. And the receivers just need to recover from that because I talk about the wide receiver advantage. Those guys get open, but they got to hold on to the ball. And if they don't, they're going to commit turnovers, and they're going to lose by 3 or 4 scores like they have the last couple of weeks. And on defense, the key is to contain Skylar Kelly because we've seen that a lot this season, and it's similar to what you've seen from some other quarterbacks, Pat. He's deceptively quick, and if you rush him, and you don't contain, he's going to get to the edge, and he's going to break a big one. And he's done that many, many times this season. And then we talk about the receivers. They have one really, really good receiver, Cash Davis. But besides Cash Davis, they have 3 or 4 other receivers who can catch the ball. So they got to use that to their advantage and pick on the secondary. Now for Prairieville, they're on their 2-game winning streak. If they win tonight, they could go to 3-1 in district, and they could be getting closer to their first ever playoff berth. So what is tonight? It's a trap game. Because you're looking ahead, we got Denham Springs and Sandoval. What if we can beat them? Well, we got to beat Live Oak first. And so that's what they got to worry about tonight. Win this game and then worry about Denham Springs and Sandoval. And then one of the things that's made the quarterback so successful, Skylar Kelly, and we saw that last week, they're going to run, and they're going to run a lot. But what they were able to do last week on first down, they're able to throw a couple of comeback routes to the receivers like Feist and Daigle and Jackson, and they were able to make some catches and get some good yards on first down. And what happens there is it makes you defend the pass, and you take some people out the box. And what happens when they take people out the box? You start running. And so if that pass game works, the running game's going to work even better. And then contest the pass. That secondary better be ready because they're going to get picked on a lot tonight, and that's what's going to happen. Now, you might say, well, Prairieville's on a big winning streak. Live Oak's on a big losing streak. Live Oak has the ability to win this game tonight. Prairieville is still a young team that's still learning, and they've learned a lot from adversity. Now they got to learn about success. And now that you've had success, can you sustain success? And how hard is that sometimes?
Well, it's sometimes it's not getting to the top of the mountain; it's staying at the top of the mountain, so to speak. And on the way here, I was thinking about keys to victory, and I think being able to handle success. You and I have talked about in the past for Prairieville, something goes wrong, and
Yep.
And it kind of goes downhill. But they seem to be able to manage that, and now they winning.
Right, and they're winning. They're 2-1 in district. If East Ascension loses to Sandoval tonight and they win tonight, they're all alone in second place in the district. Can you believe that? And their only loss is to Dutchtown. They're the lone undefeated. But you got the big game tonight over in the pit, and that's EA and Sandoval. And the winner of that game is going to be in good shape in district play. The loser is going to have a ways to go. And then you got Denham Springs. That's Dutchtown's opponent this week, and it's Prairieville's opponent next week. They might be 1-2. They might be 1-3, or they might be on the top of the district by next week. And then you got Live Oak. They need a win tonight because the rest of their schedule, they still have Dutchtown, they still have Santa Maria, they still have Denham. Well, they actually beat Denham. But you got a couple of big games ahead that's going to be hard. So you got to win tonight if they're going to flirt with a playoff berth. Walker, they're kind of like playing out the streak right now. They're going to Shaw this week, and that might be bad news.
Well, Dutchtown has been part of the district championship for 3 years running, Jeff, and East Ascension, I think, was part of that 3-year run because Dutchtown hadn't won it outright. So they tied. I think Walker was 1 year they were tied, and maybe there was a 3-way tie between Santa Maria, Walker, and Dutchtown. So Dutchtown's trying to win it outright, and Prairieville, you know, they're trying to get to that second place, trying to move up in the playoff rankings.
And that happened last year with Santa Maria. They lost their first district game to Dutchtown, and then they came back and all the way back, and after Dutchtown lost to Walker, they wound up tying Dutchtown for a district title. And that's what Prairieville would like to do. As they come out of their tunnel, here come the Hurricanes. Trying to get their first ever 3-game winning streak, and more importantly, a 3-game district winning streak. It's not about beating some smaller schools, non-district wins against 1A, 2A, 3A teams. They're beating the big dogs now.
Yeah, you're talking about week 7 that, you know, after 7 games they could have a winning record, and I can remember when Dutchtown beat East Ascension for the first time.
Yep.
And I was part of that staff, and I know what Prairieville felt last week.
That's for sure. I think we're going to have the prayer and the national anthem shortly, so we're going to turn it over to the field and the public address.
I'd get everybody to please stand and remove your hats for the prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you that we get to come together to watch football. Lord, I pray that you keep all the players safe from harm, and I pray that you allow everyone to go home safely after the game. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
So we are ready for the coin toss. As you see, the JROTC heading off the field from midfield, and we will have the captains head out to midfield and do the coin toss. And the captains tonight on the Prairieville side, you have their quarterback, junior Skylar Kelly, number 0. Eric Williams, number 9, senior linebacker. Also, number 16, Ivan Sanders, senior running back. And number 77, Gabe Ford, senior defensive lineman. And one of the new traditions at Prairieville High School is you have a honorary faculty captain. And this week, the faculty captain is Catherine Maitens. You're very familiar with her, right, Coach?
And Catherine Maitens and I, we go way back, her and her husband. Our kids shared the same babysitter just a couple streets down. And then I ran into Andrew tonight, and we got a chance to play catch-up. And he said, man, do I get a shout-out tonight? And there it is, right off the bat, early.
We're going to do a lot of games with the boys basketball team. He's the boys basketball coach here at Prairieville High School. Over at the Live Oak side, you see their captains. You have 1, 2, 3, and 10. So that's easy to get. Caden Jones, Riley Empson, Michael Dunn, and Davin Williams.
So the question is, what happened to 4?
Well, number 10's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
And we're going to see number 4 because he's the starting tight end, Landry. And you're going to see about 5 receivers that are going to be targets, and they're going to catch a lot of passes. Now, the big guy is Cash Davis, and he is going to be the primary target. But when they played EA, they used all 5 receivers. And when they can catch the ball, they can do a lot of good things. The problem was they weren't catching all the passes.
Yeah, well, somebody once said that when you throw the football, only one good thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as that happens more than the bad things, you got a chance to be successful.
And so we're ready, and we're talking about those receivers. And we talked about Cash Davis and why we talk about him a lot. Well, they've only played 6 games. He's got 46 catches, 860 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And you just get ready because if they have the same game plan that they had against East Ascension, I think they ran the ball less than 5 times the entire night.
Yeah, well, Jeff, they don't have a problem scoring points on offense. If you look at their record, I mean, St. Paul's held them to 12, but then they scored 45 against Dunham, 55, 38 against Walker, 21 against East Ascension, even 34 last week in a loss. So,
oh, yeah, they're going to light it up. And the quarterback, you see the lineup, Caden Jones, and the receivers are Sykes, Landry, Davis, and Urson. Landry Smart is the tight end. And then the offensive line, Tyler Kelly, DJ Williams, Jake Smart, Danny Madden, and Briggs Moyer. That's going to be the lineup for Live Oak. After the kickoff, we're going to get to the Prairieville defensive starters.
Excited to see the Hurricanes.
Yep.
You know, from 8 weeks ago to today, when we stood on the other sideline watching the Jamboree.
Yep, and they have improved 100-fold over that period. Kickoff to Live Oak, taken at the 4-yard line. And up to the 25, to the 30, and to about the 32-yard line. So good field position for Live Oak as we start. As the Prairieville defense comes to the field, they're going to run a 3-4, but we'll probably see a lot more DBs as we go through the night. Daniel Williams, Gabe Ford, Brody Creel, Joe Perley, Eric Williams, Mike Schmidt, Stan Delapas, and then cornerbacks Cade Abear, Braylon Williams, and then Jamarion Meady and Zaid Richmond at safety.
That 3-4, Jeff, that's going to be interesting because, I mean, LSU has faced 3 down linemen the last couple of weeks when they like to throw it a lot. So, yeah. But you know, this quarterback may run it a little more than LSU's quarterback will run it.
He tucked it a couple of times, but Caden Jones is definitely a passing quarterback. And they're going to run it on first down. I guess the element of surprise, maybe.
That's a double slot, Jeff. That's old midline. Look like the Parkview Eagles, not the Live Oak Eagles.
Right. That's Riley Empson. He is their primary ball carrier. He doesn't get a lot of carries on this season. That's why we didn't include him in the starting lineup, but here they go. Man in motion, and they're going to do a pitch on second down. No passes yet. Turns the corner. First down for Live Oak, getting close to midfield. So the element of surprise doing good things for Live Oak.
Well, they played last week against Denham Springs, and maybe they said, hey, we need to throw the ball less and run the ball a little more, give our defense a break, because it's not what I expected.
That's for sure. Good blocking downfield by the receivers. 1st and 10 at the 48. We're just underway. Live Oak at Prairieville. And this time Jones keeps it. And good job by the Prairieville defense making the stop, number 13, Mike Schmidt. And yes, that is the son of head coach Mike Schmidt. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
You know, coaching your son, I know I coach my nephew, Jeff. That's a challenge in itself. We'll talk about a little bit more about that.
2nd and 8 at midfield. And quarterback hits the ground. He got backed into by one of his offensive linemen who got rushed.
That's midline. You can see that they didn't block the defensive tackle and went inside of him. Defensive tackle did a great job of being able to play both.
I think that was Schmidt again who made the tackle.
That needs to hit right off the center, though. They're coming too wide with that on offense.
3rd down, and now we are going to see a pass. Pressure, and it is one-handed catch. No, he dropped it. Boy, that was nearly a circus catch.
Kind of a waggle type of motion. Fakes the pitch and rolled out, Jeff. 2 guys in the same area right there that I think he thrown it to the deep guy.
I think he was too.
And it may be 6 if the deep guy catches it.
It could be. So one pass out of 6 plays. That's quite the surprise.
Yeah, that's not the offense where a guy catches for 800 yards in 5 games.
And so Prairieville's offense will take the field for the first time after this punt. And it's a good punt. Line drive taken at the 15. Makes one move, cuts inside. Good return. Prairieville will get good field position past the 30-yard line as we take a look at their offensive starters. And the guy that stirs the drink, Skylar Kelly. Taj Wallace in the backfield. Then the receivers, Cale Daigle, Chance Jackson, Hudson Detman, tight end Parker Feist. And then the offensive line, Brendan Scholes, Austin Gill, Jackson Creel, Evans Quibido, and Abram Ogeron. And you have seen a lot of Dutchtown this season, and I'm going to tell you right now, Skylar Kelly is a lot like Owen Fletcher, and you're familiar with that guy.
Yes. They do a lot of running within the system.
Yes.
But the quarterback runaround when it's not part of the system, a part of the play, is where they have a lot of success as well.
And Wallace gets a couple on 1st down. The Live Oak starting defense, they run a 3-4, as you see the replay. And we'll get to the off defense on 3rd down as they're getting ready to come to the line after a 3-yard gain at 2nd and 7. 2.5 minutes in, no score.
And neither one of those quarterbacks are very big. He nor Owen.
Yep. As they get into the neutral zone but get back. No flag. Now it's 7 on the play clock. And a little shovel pass. Nobody's home. That's not a fumble. And so it's 3rd down. So let's look at the defensive starters now for Live Oak. As I said, a 3-4, Billy Edmonston, Zeke Long, and Gavin Trammell. Caden Carter, Davin Williams, Trey Dorsey, and Jacob Tibbetts. And then the cornerbacks are Dalen Gonzalez, Aiden Karras. And then the safeties are Mikey Dunn and Jaden Lee.
A lot of times offenses get to be called multiple. Mm-hmm. Well, defenses are not always multiple, but when you call a 3-4, they expect 3 guys with their hand in the dirt. But if you look there right now, how many do you see? I see 4
down. Yep. And I don't think he was expecting that snap, and now he's in trouble. This is where he can turn that corner and get free, though. He's going to throw it downfield, and there's a receiver there, and they're saying
out of bounds.
No catch. Incomplete at midfield. Let's look at the replay. He decided to pull up and throw the pass. Probably a good decision, but could not pull it in.
He caught the ball, Jeff. His feet must have been on the white line. He tried to toe tap it, and the quarterback took a pretty good shot at the end of that play. But yeah, from the start, that play looked a little bit off kilter.
Yeah, I don't think the offense or the defense were expecting that snap. And I think we have movement and moving to the neutral zone. They're going to get 5 yards. That's not enough for a first down, but it's going to make it 4th and 2.
I don't think Coach will change his mind. You know, I hadn't watched enough of Prairieville's punt team to know if that motion is something new, or if they have a tendency on it.
I haven't seen penalties by that.
The Live Oak defender, I mean, he reacted like he was expecting something.
Well, I think they know that they're going to bring the house. Luke Lyons is listed as the punter. And it's a short line drive kick. Takes a Prairieville bounce. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It's homecoming night here at Prairieville, and so we got a lot of things happening. Now at halftime, we're going to see the homecoming court and the presentation of the homecoming queen, and then we're going to interview Angelle LaCroix here at halftime, and she's going to tell us about what happened in the abbreviated week, because this is fall break week, so we only had 3 days of homecoming activities. And then in the third quarter, Maggie Davis is going to be out here, and she's going to tell us, or actually she's going to interview the homecoming queen down near the field. So Santa Maria scores first on EA, and another handoff.
Nope.
Oh, he kept it. He kept it. Probably did not make the right decision there, as he's struck down by about 5 Hurricane defenders.
All right. I'm going to sound ignorant on this question, Jeff. I was expecting shotgun 4 wide.
That's what we saw against East Ascension.
Because this is not – okay.
Here you go.
As we say that, here they are.
Yeah,
shotgun 4 wide.
They like to run the pistol. I think they've decided, okay, we tried to fool them, didn't work. Now swing pass. And that works. First down.
I think he marked him out.
Or did they say he's short? I think that's Felton on actually number 2. Emson on the catch. So it's 3rd down and 1. Just shy. And here's what we saw. Now you got 3rd and 1, but they're still going to run that pistol. Actually, they do have a guy in the backfield. So not quite. That's number 8, Felton. And is that a timeout?
Yeah, Live Oak calls timeout, I believe.
Okay, so we're going to keep it here while Live Oak goes through their first timeout. And let's talk about some of the games that happened that are happening this week in district. You have, of course, the one we were talking about earlier, East Ascension at Santa Maria, and Santa Maria scored first. Denham scores first on Dutchtown, 7-0. So those are the 2 big games in district, besides this one, of course. And then you got Shaw at Walker, and Walker's just not the same team they have been over the last few years. They're winless in district.
Yeah, when you look a little closer at it, Mahaffey's been there a while, but he lost several assistants. Jason St. Pierre, the old Walker High principal, went to Acadiana, and several of his assistants went there. One went to Florida.
Handoff on 3rd down. That's right there. And it looks like the far spot is going to give him a first down. So good play by the running back, Felton.
Good job by the Prairieville defender, Jeff, coming off of that, because I thought when he handed and he stuck his foot in the ground going north-south, he was easily going to pick up the first down, and he got it by a yard maybe.
Now that shotgun, 4 receivers. Jones rolling out. He's going to keep it. Nice move. And then Williams and company take him down. Whoa, a late drag down. No flag so far. Don't think any flag's going to be thrown, but that's got to be careful with that quarterback.
Yeah.
See that late tug.
Yeah, agreed.
Very fortunate for Prairieville that they don't get a late flag. It's 2nd and 7. Play fake, complete, first down. And a nice move, and nearly breaks it all the way to the end zone, but tackled at the last second is number 0, Calvin Urson.
Yeah, that's you recognize that name,
Yeah.
Jeff Porsche?
That's we heard that from, same name from the Spartans.
Yeah, but there's
there's lots of Ursons around that have been lots of talent.
That's a Lutcha last name.
Well, they've moved around.
They had a quarterback from the Bulldogs, Urson.
And he's wrapped up by Gabe Ford, and that's a sack. Look at the replay.
I'm watching this game, and I'm trying to figure out why Live Oak ran 7 plays from the double slot formation, and now they've been shotgun for the past 6 plays.
This is what their offense is. I think they were trying to do a little element of surprise. Maybe run a little time off the clock. Second and long, and another run. Look at this. That's going to be enough for a first down. That might be enough for a touchdown. Pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Braden Felton.
Junior running back, nice cut. A similar blocking, Jeff, on that play, because he handed it right up the center, and I couldn't see if it was a midline type blocking or if it was a trap blocking right up the gut. But he broke it to the outside.
Quick pass. And trying to get through and near the end zone, and I think they're spotting him on the 1. I think that they're not calling it a touchdown. Look at the replay. They're saying that his backside went down on second down, a quarterback keeper for the touchdown. And Live Oak strikes first. And they have looked very good on offense.
Well, putting points on the board hadn't been their problem, Jeff. I don't know why they would change for a little while, but Live Oak, pretty smooth right there. Nice run, got him down inside. Quarterback, quick release right there to the wide receiver, got it down to the goal line.
Prairieville had better not get comfortable, because Live Oak's going to score some points. Now your offense is going to have to come out there on this next drive and match it, as they're going to go for 2, and they get it. It's 8-0. And so big start for Live Oak on their second drive. They lead 8-0 over Prairieville. We'll take a break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs: Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bengal Pro Exterminators.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche, Patrick Email. Homecoming night at Prairieville. It's 8-0 Live Oak, trying to spoil homecoming night for the Hurricanes as Live Oak will kick off.
We have to go there, Jeff. The score of the East Ascension game?
Yep.
6-7.
Yep.
We gotta be like the youngsters.
I know. Well, I wore that for Dynamic Duo this week, but that's by the way, Santa Maria with the lead, 7-6.
I saw the 6-7 that you had going on this week.
Yep. And they're going to do the pooch kick, and it's going to take a bounce, and it's picked up and tackled right away. The tackler lost his helmet, and that's Niles Paul on the return. But he did the most important thing there, and that is make sure that the bounce doesn't go into the hands of Live Oak.
Well, I don't know if he mishit it. That ball spun. And usually you don't go like hash mark, sky kick to the short side. It would be hash mark, sky kick away to give your team a little more running time to get there.
And actually that was Naden Paul on the return. And that's what I was talking about in the keys to the game. Some quick throws on first down, and that gets some good yardage right there to Chance Jackson. And that we'll see if that opens up the run a little bit.
That's close to a first down. They'll move the chains.
So it is a first down. And they have success throwing the ball on first down. They like to throw the ball on first down because oftentimes a running team, they're going to run on first down. And now they got to keep them honest. And good, patient, waiting for the hole to develop as that is Wallace getting a yard or two. Could have been a big no-yard gain right there.
Yeah, defensive end closed a little bit, but Tim, the linebacker, filled that hole when he saw the block down and caused the running back to bounce it. 2-yard game, you consider that a success on defense.
So now it's 2nd and 8. And there's a little swing to Daigle. And Cale Daigle falls on it, but they're going to say it is a incomplete pass. It's in that area where you could say it's a lateral, but it was not a lateral.
Yeah, well, the college, they may have let that go in NFL and let it play out and then come back and review it, but they don't have review in high school. I think in the Dome they do, Jeff.
They might. They definitely could. They could use our replay, but they don't need it, I suppose. 3rd and 8. Prairieville needs to convert. Quarterback's trying to keep it. He's not going to get to the edge, but there's a flag in the center of the field.
Real late. I mean, the quarterback was almost on the sideline, and that flag went down in the middle of the field. With there was a pile of offensive linemen.
Last week against East Ascension, Kelly was able to turn that corner every time he tucked the ball. But that's a good job by Live Oak's defense. They had a couple of defenders there waiting for him.
Well, they picked the flag. Oh, it is against Prairieville. I'm sorry, it's against Live Oak. The white hat is kind of on the far side.
I couldn't even see him. He was all the way back at the 25-yard line.
It
must have been a personal foul because they're assessing 15 yards.
I'm going to tell you maybe a face mask or illegal hands to the face or something that happened in the scrum that was in the middle of the field.
Yeah, a couple of the offensive linemen were going at it a little bit. So 3:45 left to go. It's 1st and 10 for Prairieville. We're coming toward the end of the first quarter, and at the end of the first quarter, we're going to have Maggie Davis on the field to look at some of the homecoming court. And this time it's a keeper, and he hits a wall. Skylar Kelly, no gain.
I think that's Davin Williams, that linebacker that keeps filling it, number 10.
I think, yeah, it could have been. It looked like either 10 or 80.
We don't have the size.
Cooper Mazzell, maybe.
The roster doesn't have the size, but
right.
Nice size linebacker. They look pretty solid.
It's 8-0, Live Oak. 2nd down, Wallace up the middle for about 5. So 3rd and manageable.
I think Wallace had that long run early in the Dutchtown game.
Yeah, he's a good runner. He's a young guy, a sophomore. You're going to see about 5 or 6 running backs. You're going to see Fontenot. You're going to see Sanders. You're going to see Bartholomew. 3rd and 5.
A little bit of a big play here, Jeff, early in the game.
It's a 2-down situation. And it's a keeper by the quarterback and a rollout. Deep downfield. The receiver is there. It's underthrown. And there's a tug, but no flag. That ball was just not on target. That was, I think that was, well, I can't really tell down there. It looked like 44, but that's not 44. That's actually 14. That's
14.
Detman.
Yeah, Jeff, if the ball would have been a little bit close to it, there was a tug.
Yep.
And if that ball was a little closer, they may have reached for the flag.
Yeah, I think it was the right call to keep it in their pockets right there. 4th and 5.
Interesting call on 3rd down to go for it.
Quarterback rolls out, and this is what he likes to do. He likes to go right. And he's going to get there, and he's going to get the 1st down. I think that was in a late flag again. We might get another defensive penalty right there because the offensive lineman for Prairieville got up and started running in the other direction very excitedly. But are they going to go the other way this time? Look, they're backing it up first. And here comes the white hat all the way past midfield. Maybe they're going the other way this time.
Well, personal foul.
Prairieville, oh no.
So he didn't signify dead ball, so that means it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it is, and it's a punt. Lyons is going to come in, and that negates a first down inside the 35-yard line.
On the replay, Jeff, if when you looked at it, you could see a Prairieville offensive lineman and a Live Oak defensive lineman on top of him.
Yeah.
And that's probably where that stemmed from. I didn't get any numbers.
Neither did I. So there's a little bit of bad blood maybe between some of the D-line and the O-line there, because we've seen 2 personal fouls, 1 on each team.
A lot early.
Mm-hmm. Really no other flags except for an offsides call. So they were bailed out by the first personal foul, but then they lose a potential thing, and there's it's not going to be called a block, or they're going to call it a block. He got contact with the ball, and therefore it's not going to be roughing the punter.
Yep.
Because immediately the judge ruled contact with the ball.
Yep, you can run into the punter as long as you make contact with the ball, and the referee evidently thought he made contact with the ball.
He made contact with everything, I think. And you can tell that ball looked awkward.
Yeah, it didn't travel very far. You know, if you're gonna run to the right and punt it, sometimes you leave that left end unblocked, and that's what happened.
Shovel pass, good yardage. And he's still going, and Live Oak is inspired right now. Jackson Monastir on the little shovel pass, and they are moving.
Yeah. That's a quick 25 yards on that run.
And to talk about the keys to the game again, one of the things that I talked about, if you don't commit turnovers, you're going to move the ball and get a lot of points. And so far they haven't had any turnovers. Quarterback Jones rolling out, going to just step out of bounds and lose a few.
Yeah, he needed to throw it away.
Well, he's probably concerned about that turnover issue that they've had.
Yeah, well, you can throw it out of bounds and not. I mean, he only lost a half a yard.
Yeah, it looked like about a 2 or 3 yard loss from my vantage point.
Yeah, he hadn't put the ball in danger.
Nope.
Early on, first quarter.
2nd and 11. Handoff. Big hole. First down. Cuts outside. 10. Another cut inside. 5. He's going to score. Braden Felton. It's 14-0 Live Oak. Live Oak shocking Prairieville right now.
Same run he had earlier, Jeff, right off the center. And he's done a good job of cutting it back to the field and making a couple guys miss.
And so Prairieville's got their backs to the wall. First quarter not even over yet. And they're in a 2-score deficit.
A little poke, swinging gate.
When Live Oak's offense doesn't make mistakes, this is what you get. Was that a 3-play drive?
Yep.
Extra point. And it's 15-0. Let's take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bingo Pro Exterminators.
So it's 15-0 on the Rev Game of the Week. Live Oak shocking Prairieville. And I'm not going to say this is a must-score drive for the Canes, but as you look at the replay for the touchdown, if your defense can't stop Live Oak and they're going to put points on the board, you need to keep up with them as quick as possible.
Now my question, Jeff, and that's a little bit different kick.
Yeah, and this is Paul again. Good move to the 30. To the 35, Nathan Paul on the return.
8-0, you score a touchdown, you probably can still kick the extra point. You make it 15-6. Do you go for 2 at that point in time? You probably still kick it, I guess, again.
If you miss, it's a 2-score game.
Yep. So if one more score, and it'll put some pressure on Coach Smith to make a decision when he does score. What happens?
So they flooding the left side here, the near side. Shotgun for Kelly. 1:11 left to go in the first quarter. And there's a keeper dancing around, and he's not getting free like he has been in most of his games. Usually by now he's at least broken a 10, 15-yard run. Not getting it tonight.
Yeah, they put trips into the boundary, and you can use the boundary as an extra man. So it helps the defense when you do that, Jeff, that it gives you numbers, and it helps you with the quarterback run because one of the backers really doesn't have to bounce to the boundary.
And there's a handoff and a good burst close to a first down. And they're going to say he got it to the 45, right on the line.
Pretty nice spot for Prairieville.
Yep. And so we'll see if they are going to choose to run another play. Remember, after the first quarter, we're going to go to the field with Maggie Davis, and she's going to introduce the homecoming court. 10 seconds. They're going to run a play, and he's got all day. Now he's in trouble. Now he throws a pass. Oh, could not catch it with 1 second left on the clock, so they'll get one more play in. That was Jackson. I think he could have tucked it and run there, but Jackson was open.
Yeah. A lot of times you hear all day, and then all of a sudden that all day turns into right now.
Yep.
And that's what kind of happened to him. They eventually got to him and just overthrew it a little bit, and that would have been a 6, 7, 8, 10-yard gain if he'd have gotten that completion.
So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the final play of the first quarter, unless there's a penalty involved. Daigle in motion. Kelly gets it. They're setting up the screen, and lots of room on the right side, and that's spaced. He's to the 30. He's to the 20. Down to the 15, and the first quarter will end with Prairieville in the red zone. And they need to get some points because they trail 15-0. And so our score after the first quarter is Live Oak 15, Prairieville 0.
Hi, I'm Maggie Davis, and who am I here with?
Camille Due.
Okay, Camille, how would you describe your HOCO experience in 3 words?
3 words I would describe my homecoming experience is lucky, grateful, and exciting.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Vicky White.
And what would you say makes Prairieville stand out from the rest of the schools?
Definitely the tight-knit community we've created in such a short amount of time.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Samira Veal.
And what is a staff member that has impacted your high school experience the most?
My band director, Alexis Mayu, and Abigail Lambert, they've taught me a lot and made me accomplish things that I haven't been able to.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Cindy Jacques.
What is your favorite part of the HOCO Spirit Week as a cheerleader?
As a cheerleader, my favorite part is seeing everybody as a community coming together and having school spirit, and when the big game comes, everybody is cheering all together to hope the football team wins.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Addison Knockhand.
As a SUCO president, what is a piece of advice that you would give to incoming seniors?
Soak it all in, put yourself outside of your comfort zone, and try new things.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Sydney Knockhand.
If you could dedicate this moment to anyone, who would it be?
My nanny, Jara. She passed away right before high school started, and as you know, she'd be so proud to see me here tonight.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Addison Rochester.
Looking back 10 years from now, what is something that you would remember about this week?
The friendships I've made.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Addison Arsenault.
What is one life lesson you have learned from this experience?
That kindness and positivity makes a huge difference.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Darian Brown.
If you How has your family and friends impacted your experience?
I would definitely say that they have all stayed positive and kept encouraging me through the most stressful moments.
Thank you. You're welcome. Who am I here with?
Talasia Johnson.
What is one experience you would take away from this moment?
Oh my God. Ask the question again.
What is one experience you would take away from this moment?
I would definitely say building the foundation for future students.
Thank you. And that is our Prairieville High School Hoco Court.
Well, we have a touchdown as Prairieville scores and gets the extra point to make our score 15-7. And so you're the color analyst. Talk about the play right here.
Jeff, I'm gonna go back 2 plays. The last play of the quarter, excellent play call. Screen got him down to that position where quarterback Kelly, very patient, kind of looked at 2 guys and made a great throw, great catch, put Prairieville on the board, makes it a 15-7 ball game.
And that catch made by Cale Daigle. A good jump, good catch, good timing, and Prairieville answered. That's exactly what we said they had to do. They scored, and he scored quickly.
Yep. Dutchtown does what Prairieville does, makes it 14-7 in Denham Springs.
And a running start for the returner, Urson. Oh boy, he's got a corner if he can get there. Makes a couple of moves. And a good return for Live Oak as their offense will come to the field with an 8-point lead.
Pretty good job by the Catane guy.
Yes.
Because he was bottled up, and a lot of times when you run into your own guy, the outside guys come crashing in. But very good job of, hey, they may come back to me, and they did a good job on the end. I think that was number 4 for Prairieville. Striggs, that was the Catane guy. Didn't make the tackle, but did enough for help to come.
First down. Prairieville needs to make a stop. They've given up 2 touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. Jones now rolls out. He's going to have to throw it. And incomplete. Had a receiver down there, but that pass too low. Good job by the pass rush, putting the pressure. And you see Smith there making sure he doesn't run it.
One thing Jones is going to do to Prairieville, Jeff, and I think it's going to test the depth of Prairieville's D-line, because he's running around, and when you're chasing the quarterback, it can be challenging for 4 quarters.
2nd and 10. Nearly broke through. Gets good yardage.
Similar to what we won't see tomorrow, but other people will see. You know, LSU's going to be a little thin of the defensive line. They'll be chasing Diego Pavia tomorrow night. So similar to what you see out there tonight.
Yep. That was Imson on the carry. It's 3rd and 5. Prairieville has to make a stop. They trail by 8. Just need to get some momentum on defense. Quick throw. Knocked away. I think that was Delapas. Let's look at the replay.
Number 6.
That's Delapas. Yep, got his mitts on it, and you have a defensive stop. That's the 2nd defensive stop of the night. They stopped him on the opening drive, and so now you get him on the 4th drive. And so Prairieville has a chance to get within 1 or tie it on the next drive. The punter for Live Oak is number 5, Smart. Good punt again. And it's dropped. And fortunate for Prairieville that you had a guy down there waiting to pounce on it, number 84, Dre Richard.
Well, Prairieville was paying attention. I don't think the Live Oak guy saw the ball on the ground. I think it caught him by surprise.
Maybe so. They had a chance to get a red zone possession. Cheap.
The punter is doing a good job of holding the ball and enabling his coverage guys to get downfield.
First down, and Prairieville running a little spread with one back. Quick pass. It's caught, and not much. Short gain, but it's effective, and that's faced. Gain of 3, but again, that pass, they're going to make you suspect that they're going to throw the ball on first down, and that might help out later in this game.
Well, they're forcing Live Oak to play the entire field.
Second down, man in motion. Keeper, right move. There's the big run for a first down. And if he doesn't miss that one tackle, he scores.
Good read. If he gives it, it's a 5-yard loss.
And look how close he was to breaking through right there. Because he's got great speed. He's a track guy.
Yeah, well, they had, Live Oak had 2 guys. They had one guy on the motion guy, one guy on the running back, nobody on the quarterback.
And now they run it on first down after passing it on the previous series of downs. And they get a couple, but positive. That's Wallace again. It's a gain of 2. Just staying on the right side of the chains right now. They trail 15-7, 9:26.
Football is not complicated, Jeff. If you can play 11 on 10, you have an advantage.
And there's a handoff.
And what I mean by that, option football has been in football for a long time, or I should say option has been in football for a long time. And option is you're reading one guy and pitching off another guy so you don't have to block them. And some of the stuff that Prairieville's doing right here is leaving a man free 54 unblocked and using that offensive lineman to go get another guy at the second level.
And the carry right there was by Job Fontenot. Got a yard. It's third down and long. And Kelly's going to keep it. He's going to try to cut inside. Good move. First down. Now past midfield. He's got the entire field to the 20, and they're going to get to within 2, 15-13 on a 65-yard run by Skylar Kelly. Coach, he does this every single week.
Well, if you don't keep your lanes, Jeff, and you don't have a spy on there, I mean, Kelly's a good enough athlete. He can take it to the house, and he did so just now. 60 yards?
65 yards, yes. And with 8:25, they're going to go for the extra point. They're not going to chase points early, which is usually the smart move. They know this is going to be a high-scoring game. And so they cut it to within 1, 15-14. Let's take a break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bingo Pro Exterminators.
Prairieville goes for 1 and chooses not to tie the game, so they're going to make this a war of attrition, which is probably going to be tonight. Big scoring game. It's 15-14 Live Oak with 8:25 left before halftime. And squib kick. That's Usner. Evan Usner with a good kick, and ball at the 32-yard line. Prairieville has had trouble with the deep kicks, giving up long returns. They had that happen last week against East Ascension. There were 2 or 3 kicks where they got the ball to midfield or past midfield, and you can't do that and expect to win a game.
A lot of points so far in Ascension Parish football. Got 29 here. Got 28 over in Denham. Denham, I had 21-7 over the Griffins, and East Ascension got 21. total at the pit with 14-7 Spartans.
So they went for 2 and got it. Jones, quick pass, caught. That's Urson. Not enough for a first down. It's 2nd and 1.
Good job by the quarterback reading this, because the rover or strong safety, instead of staying the deepest guy in the flat, he went for the short guy, and the quarterback hit the wide receiver. Just kind of put the strong safety in a bind right there.
2nd and 1. Can pretty much do anything right here. Man in motion, ball's on the ground. Good job by Jones picking it up. Now he's rushed. Now he's in trouble. He may just have to unload it, or he's going to lose about 4 yards. Was that the right decision right there? You were critical of him not throwing the ball earlier when he was in trouble. What do you think right there?
Well, one, it goes back to the snap that was low, Jeff. We talked about Prairieville early in the game, or early in the broadcast, about being able to overcome things that don't go their way and being able to turn the tide. Prairieville has done that. The opposite has happened to Live Oak tonight. They started well. They're trying to turn the tide back to them.
Now Jones is going to keep it, and he's not going to get the first down. And that's a great open field tackle. Eric Williams, number 9, I believe, makes the tackle, and it's 4th down again.
Yeah, Jeff, the thing that came early, easy early for Live Oak, they're not coming easy for them right now. They're having to work for everything. A little doubts creeping in, I think.
Yeah. I think they kind of caught him by surprise in the first quarter, going with the running game. But now they've gone pass, and they haven't been as successful. And now another punt. And Prairieville could take the lead. And we'll see if they decide to take it. They do not. And it's going to take a
flag.
Live Oak bounce, and there's a cane on the floor. That was Schmidt who hit the deck, and he's happy. He might think that there's a personal foul, but we saw that earlier. There was a Prairieville player happy, and then he got the personal call on him.
Yeah. He came close to. I'm not
and
sure.
They're going to say they're going to call it on Prairieville.
Yeah, it was the Prairieville guy, and I'm not sure if it was Smith or not, Jeff, that kind of at the last second made the Live Oak up back miss a block. And if he makes it a little bit early, he could have had a chance to block the punt. And I don't know if the punter turned into a blocker. I turned my eyes to the football after.
So did I.
That happened.
So now they're 82 yards away from taking the lead. We're at the halfway point of the second quarter.
Well, they made quick work of the last drive, which was, it started down here.
Yep. So you had the long run, the 65-yard run by Skylar Kelly capped a touchdown drive. So now Prairieville is trying to score for the 3rd possession in a row. Live Oak couldn't do it. They had a 15-0 lead at one point. Now it's 15-14. And on first down, look out from behind. And he throws it, and it is caught. Close to a first down. I think that's enough.
It'll be a yard short or so. I think he stepped out of bounds and picked up the first down after. So they'll mark it back where he stepped out of bounds, about 2 yards short.
That's Wallace out the backfield. So it's 2nd and 2. But again, passing on first down. .605. Sorry about that.
No, it's good balance for Prairieville on offense.
And there's a first down. Big run up the middle. And so that's Wallace again. He's carried the load most of the night. We saw Fontenot come in and get a carry.
Yeah, look a little closer at what Live Oak's doing on defense. I know they got one in. He's in a wide, almost a 9 technique. And it looks as though that the defensive tackles maybe they're playing 4s or.
First down. Kelly's got an option. He keeps it. And good job. by the second wave of defenders right there.
Because up the middle is where Prairieville has had some success running the football, whether it was Kelly tucking it or whether it was the running back.
2nd and 8. But, yeah, that second wave of defenders able to do their job. They weren't able to do that on that long touchdown run. It's 15-14. It's been a fun game. It was all Eagles early. Now the Canes have the momentum. Handoff. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Can't stop the defensive lineman right there, and that's number 56 for the Eagles. That's Tyler Kelly, a senior.
Yeah, that play didn't happen as well as it should, Jeff. That defensive end should not be able to get all the way into a gap to make that play. That has to hit a little faster for Prairieville to be successful. But that's why they've had successes.
3rd down, quick pass, and Paul has it, and he has a 1st down.
That's a nice route, Jeff, and a nice run and catch. He led him just enough. This is not as easy as it looks.
And Prairieville is trying to show that they are a two-dimensional team. And they're completing passes. They're doing a good job mixing it up, and that's one of the things I talked about earlier.
Yeah, that Matt Flynn did it as well as anybody that's ever done it, is just throw that kind of low bubble screen way back in the day. And that was well timed.
1st down, and that's picked off. That was right to the defender. Not a good pass right there. Number 10 with the interception, Davin Williams. And that guy, it looked like he was the intended receiver. Looked like they were trying to get it to Daigle.
Yeah. And he's a low, Jeff. Ooh.
Yep.
I think Kelly decided he was going to take out his frustration on him, but I don't know if that's a good decision. He probably got him by 70 pounds.
Yep. And Prairieville had the momentum. They just lost the momentum. Turnovers will do that for you. Can Live Oak capitalize and extend their lead? They lead 15-14.
14-14 at the pit.
And Denham leading Dutchtown 21-10. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Ooh,
I don't know if that guy.
He called it.
Yeah, they threw a flag. It looked like Urson left way too soon.
Yeah, a little bad timing, or he thought he was, I don't know, about 10 states north.
Yep. And you know what? This is what's been going on, Coach. They get the ball. They got good field position. They make a self-inflicted mistake.
Yeah.
That's what's happened the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, I mean, 12 minutes of football has changed, because it wasn't that long ago that Live Oak was up 15-0, and things were coming easy to them, and Prairieville made it difficult.
So now they get a 1st and 15. I think that Live Oak has 2 goals here. First is to get points. Second is to run that clock and not let Prairieville get the ball, because they get the ball to start the second half. And you don't want that 1-and-1 situation. So they get the yardage back from Imson, and then a late flag comes in.
Jeff,
there have been a lot of late flags.
Yeah, and well, we can go back to almost the first drive, Jeff. Remember when that was like, ooh, that was a pull down? You remember that drive? And they didn't throw anything. Well, now there's a lot of extracurricular activity going on, and I think the referees are trying to get a grasp of it, because we've had several personal foul calls. Here's another one.
And this one is on Live Oak, and it's not offsetting. Self-inflicted again. Yeah, I think that the referees don't want any sort of situation where you're going to have a couple of guys fighting on the field, and then you have to deal with ejections and things like that. They're going to get this game under control.
Yeah, it's been a little chippy, that's for certain.
These are 2 young teams that have playoff aspirations, and so they can. They both want to win tonight. They both kind of need a win tonight. So now it's about 2nd and 23 according to the scoreboard. And they set up the screen, and it's going to be 3rd and about 18.
Yeah, nice play call. If get one more block out there, this may go for more yardage for Live Oak.
Yeah.
Well, you go back to the beginning of the season. If you ask, okay, who's the bottom 2 teams in the district?
That's these two.
These two. So both of them are looking at their schedule saying, hey, this is the win for us. And, of course, Prairieville's looking to go 4-3 on the season and move up in the power rankings.
Yep. And a deep pass, and the defender falls, Cade Abear. He looked like he had a bead on it, but he slipped on the turf. Look at him back there, backpedaling, then fell down. And it's 4th down.
Well, it was cover 2. It looked like too deep, and they had a guy break into the middle, and he tried to break on it, and I think he just slipped, and the ball was overthrown. It fell incomplete.
There's 1:59 left to go, and we're almost at halftime, and we're going to get the court presentation. I think after this break, what we can do is, or after this punt, let's take a look at the homecoming court, because we're running out of time to talk about them because they're going to be presented at halftime. So now we have the punt and no flags. Let's take a look at our homecoming court. As you have Addison Rochester, Talacia Johnson, Addison Arsenault, Camille Due, and Samira Veal. You get Sydney Knockan and also Addison Knockan down there. They're on the opposite sides. Victoria White, Darion Brown, and Sydney Jacques. Now, I taught Sydney Jacques and I taught Talacia, so I'm pulling for them a little bit, but I don't really have anybody I'm exactly pulling for. But those are 2 really good girls, and this whole group is a good bunch of kids.
I don't know anything about any of them, but one of them spells Addison like my daughter, so I'm going with the Adyson.
Well, we're going to see. We'll find out who it is at halftime. And fake, roll out. He's got the football and runs close to a 1st down. There's 1:45 left to go, and again, this is that 1-and-1 situation where you get the ball at the end of the 1st half, you're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. This could change the outcome of the game really quickly if they can get points on one or both of these possessions.
Yeah, well, Live Oak's got to figure out how to keep Kelly in the pocket.
Yep. 2nd and 1.
I haven't seen and I know there's probably statistics out there. And Live Oak may have them on Prairieville, but I don't know as far as success throwing the football out the pocket or in the pocket.
2nd down, roll out. Kelly, quick pass, caught, out of bounds, and that's Parker Face. He has had a really good couple of weeks. He caught a touchdown last week against East Ascension. Got a couple of catches tonight. He's a young, up-and-coming tight end on this team. Yeah, he's just a sophomore.
Yep, he looked good in the jamboree, Jeff. And you don't have to have 11 D1 commits to be a good high school solid football team, and you don't have to be a D1 commit to be a good player. Just go out there, work hard every day, and compete. Give 100% on every play.
Man in motion. Quick pass downfield, wide open and overthrown, and a touchdown for Feist is not going to happen. He had to hurry that a little bit.
Yeah, it was a nice design, though.
He had the pressure coming from the edge. Just a little bit of air under it, and it would be 20-14 right now, 20-15 right now. Now there's 1:34 left. They got 3 timeouts. It's 2nd and 10. Still a lot of time. Shotgun pressure, setting up the screen. Wallace has it, and good job on the pursuit by the Live Oak defense.
I'd have to go back and look at that not this play, Jeff, the play before. I'll steal a quote from the late John Talley, and he said, sometimes you only got so many bullets in your gun.
Yep.
And you got to use the bullets at the right time, and that was a place in a field position that if that one worked, it's 6 points, and Prairieville's kicking an extra point.
3rd down. Clock running, 50 seconds. Kelly, he's trying to improvise right now. He loves to do this. but he's not going to get free, or maybe he will. Who knows? And he doesn't.
Prairieville's got timeouts, 39 seconds.
They're going to have to punt right here, I think.
Yeah, but it's 4th down. Live Oak must have called timeout.
They could have. And if the timeout has been called by Live Oak, we'll keep it here. And let's talk about the games that are going to be in District 5 next week. 5A. We're going to be at Dutchtown next week.
2 weeks in a row, Jeff Porsche.
Yeah, you and me. Walker at Dutchtown. And that's been Dutchtown's nemesis. May not be this year if the records indicate anything. Prairieville is going to be at Denham Springs. That's where Dutchtown is this week. Santa Maria is going to be at Live Oak, and EA is going to be at Turlings Catholic for a non-district matchup. So there's only one game in Ascension next week. That's a rarity.
We ought to have a huge audience for Rev next week.
Absolutely.
We're not competing against Jimmy and Swag tonight over there at the pit?
At the big game. 21-14. EA's leading right now. Pressure, line drive, and they're going to get the flag that time. No contact. Do we put that under the self-inflicted?
Whew. Yeah, that's going to give them a first down. With Prairieville still got all that time out. You know, you'll look at that film, Jeff, and wonder how did he not connect with the football?
Yeah, I think that time he didn't. He came at the leg first. I think the line, the angle was a little awkward that time. Let's look at it. They got to get, but see, he's coming from the other side, kicking with that right foot.
Yep.
And, you know, it's just tough for Live Oak. They've made too many penalties that have given new life to the Hurricanes.
EA's quarterback's back, Jeff. They got 21 points.
He might be. I didn't hear for sure.
You know, when you have that kind of rugby style punt, the block point is not the same in the old traditional punt formation. When they're stepping straight ahead, boom, 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 right, left, punt. You know where the block point's at, and you know where to aim.
Yep. Cale Daigle makes a catch. Good job keeping his feet in bounds and then stepping out. 21 seconds, 3 timeouts. Timeouts is not the issue. Yardage is an issue and time on the clock. Now, they got a soccer guy, Evan Usner, all-state academic, by the way. And also want to point out Skylar Kelly. He was the Sportsline Player of the Week this week. 2nd and 5. Fake. All day, deep. He's got a guy downfield, overthrown, and no flag. And that's Chance Jackson. Good coverage.
Yeah, good coverage. Nice ball, though. Chance starts looking for the ball early, Jeff.
Yeah.
If he takes off running, he may get a step on those guys, but he gets about 10 yards in the open, and he starts to look back.
You are not in Usner's field goal range right now.
You're not in a whole lot of people's field goal range in high school right now at 53
They need
yards.
to get at least another 20 yards. They got 2 downs to do it.
It's 53. You gain 10. That'd be 43.
That's pushing it. Keeper. He's got room. He cuts outside. 15-yard line. 8 seconds left. One more play before you can kick a field goal. Kelly loves to do that, Coach. He's got to be approaching 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah. You got to be thinking he can have a chance to run it. Looking at getting 10 or 15 yards to get in field goal range. Now you're definitely there. Prairieville still got 3 timeouts.
I'm looking for 23 out there on a post on the left side faced. He loves throwing to him. Looking left. The fade to face. Actually, another guy coming through, and 2 seconds left. Now, do they take a shot at the end zone, or do they bring in Usner? They're bringing in Usner.
Still be a success, Jeff. I mean, you get 3 points, you got the lead, you go in at halftime, you get the ball for the second half.
They're going to kick from the right hash, 33 yards. If you remember, I said they need about 20. They got 20. This is a makeable field goal for Usner. would give Prairieville the lead and possession in the second half. Oh, that's plenty of room. Prairieville takes the lead at the half.
And I told you he needed 10.
You were right, too. It's 17-15 at the half. We'll take a break. Prairieville has the lead. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
REV presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Leindecker.
Let's look at effective warm-up techniques to prevent football injuries. Leg swings improve hip mobility and activates the hamstrings and the adductors. Stand tall, swing one leg forward and backwards, then switch side to side across your body. Use a wall for balance. Walking lunges with a twist activates the glutes, hamstrings, and the core, as well as improves hip and thoracic mobility. Lunge forward and rotate your torso over the front leg. Alternating high knees to butt kicks warms up the hip flexors, quads, and hamstrings dynamically. Start by jogging with fast high knees, then switch to butt kicks to activate the hamstrings. Lateral shuffle with hip openers helps to prepare the groin, glutes, and hips for quick cuts and lateral movement. Begin by shuffling laterally for 5 yards, then pause to open the hip, bringing your knee up and rotating out, and then shuffle back. Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
We wish her all the best as she continues her success as a college softball player. Let us welcome Miss Mancuso Iguoto as a Crown Mistress Queen. The 2025 Prairieville High School homecoming queen is
Darion Brown. So congratulations to Darion Brown on being named homecoming queen. She's being crowned by Principal Courtney Mancuso. Now, Mackenzie Smith was the 2024 homecoming queen, but she has softball commitments because she's playing college softball. So she could not make it tonight. And so Courtney Mancuso crowns the 2025 Prairieville High School homecoming queen, Miss Darion Brown. And we're going to hear from Darion Brown later in the game, as we're going to have an interview on the field from Maggie Davis where they'll talk to her. Now, in a little while, we're expected to be joined by Angela Croy, and she's going to tell us about what happened this week at homecoming. As you see, the homecoming queen, Darion Brown, one more time. Now, we'll keep on looking at this, and then we'll take a break while we get Angela Croy ready, and hopefully she'll be able to come up here because she's on the field running this whole thing. So she's kind of busy right now. So we're going to give her a few minutes. We'll take a break. Our score at the half, Prairieville 17, Live Oak 15. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
For over 40 years, Bingle has been a trusted name in pest control. Now Bingle Pro Exterminators brings that same expertise and reliability to your home and business. From termites and mosquitoes to roaches, ants, wasps, and wildlife, no pest stands a chance against our professionals. At Bingle Pro Exterminators, we keep pests gone. For a free inspection, call 833-GO-BINGLE or visit binglepro.com. Bingle, the official pest control of LSU Athletics.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
At LRC Baton Rouge, we bring you trusted Motorola communication solutions along with advanced security and surveillance systems. We also specialize in a full range of AV solutions, including our own LRC View video walls that transform spaces with stunning visuals. Whether it's seamless communication, top-tier AV installations, or robust access control, LRC Baton Rouge is your all-in-one technology partner. Miller Safety Consulting is more than a service. They're a partner in protecting your people, your business, and your future. With over 27 years of experience, Jeremy Miller and his board-certified team provide expert safety services in OSHA consultation, legal case support, customized training, and more. They also offer online training courses in leadership, health and safety, and mental health and wellness in the workplace. Visit millersafety.com for more information.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Welcome back to halftime at Prairieville High School. Our score at halftime is Prairieville 17, Live Oak 15. The homecoming queen was just crowned, so congratulations one more time to Miss Darion Brown, and we'll have a third quarter interview at the end of the third quarter with her from Maggie Davis, so stay tuned for that. In the game here, Patrick's with me right now as we wait to potentially get an interview with Angela Croy. Let's talk about what happened in the first half, and it was a tale of 2 quarters. First quarter, all Live Oak, 15-0, and then Prairieville outscores Live Oak 17-0 in the second quarter, and that's where we stand right now.
Hang on a second, Jeff. I'm busy doing my line dance right here.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I think you missed that one.
Yeah, 100%. And it goes back to what we talked about as friends and conversations about Prairieville getting over the hump. And the win last week probably propelled them to be able to say, hey, we can beat this team. Even though we down 15-0, they were able to stem the tide, turn the momentum on to Prairieville's side, and everything that came easy in the first quarter to Live Oak, they have nothing easy in the second quarter.
No, they didn't. And 3 straight possessions, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. And one of the keys to the game was you got to contain the quarterback. They didn't contain the quarterback twice, and they gave up 10 points because of it.
Yeah, well, Kelly's proven he can run, and a quarterback that can run, Jeff, we talked a little bit about it, that playing 11 on 11 is a whole lot better than playing 10 on 11. Mm-hmm. And when the quarterback can run, it just adds an entire different dimension to it. And while he in shotgun catches the snap, drop back a couple plays, you still got to be disciplined in your rush lanes to be able to get them to get him down to the ground. And otherwise, you got to keep a guy in play. I think a couple of big plays, that screen play that really gave Prairieville the momentum for their first touchdown with the last play of the first quarter.
Yep.
Was huge. So it has Live Oak definitely questioning themselves at the moment, Jeff. But They got this one's tight. Mm-hmm. East Ascension and Santa Mar 21-21 at the half.
That's a fun one.
And Dutchtown, I think last score we got was 28-10, I think.
Right, Denham.
So a lot of points being scored, which is, I mean, the weather's nice.
Yep, you see in some of the replays at the end of the first half, and that was the run by Kelly that got them free and set up Usner with that field goal. Now, this game is important. And you may have thought as the season began, it may not be an important game. It might be the bottom 2 teams of the district. This game, I talked about it earlier, playoff implications. As we look at the power rankings in District 5-5A, Dutchtown, Denham, and Santa Maw are all in pretty good shape. East Ascension's in good shape too, although they got a tough 3-game stretch with Denham Springs, then Turlings, Santa Maw tonight, then Turlings, and then Dutchtown. So they need to get at least one win out of those 3. And with Prairieville, if they win tonight over Live Oak, they could get into the teens in the power rankings with 3 games left to go. And they probably have at least one more win because they're going to beat St. Thomas Aquinas most likely. And that means that even if they lose potentially to Denham Springs and Santa Maw, they probably still get about 7 to 9 points because of their team records. And that won't hurt them that bad. They could be looking at playoffs if they can hold on for 2 more quarters. Live Oak, if they win, they're beating a top 20 team. And that could get them into the conversation.
Refresh my memory, Jeff. High school, before the split, it was 32 teams that made the playoffs. Is it 28 now?
Yes, it is.
So when you match up, do you have to add up to be 29? Is that what it is now? So
well, actually, what's going to happen is the top 4 teams are going to get a bye. So 28 is going to play 5. They add up to 33.
Add up to 33 still.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, if you look at Prairieville and Dutchtown, they add up to be.
Right.
30,
Prairieville and Denham Springs is the 20 and 13 right now, and that's a game next week. And if one thing changes, Dutchtown is right there too.
So, and I would think, Prairieville, if they can hang on right here, win Week 10, that they're not going to move much. Like you said, they're going to get solid points.
Yeah.
Within the district, whether they win or lose, that district is going to be roughly the same amount of points. So their swing, we getting late in the season, there's not going to be, unless for some reason you lose 4 games in a row, you're going to fall completely out. But if you hang in there and play good, solid football when you split, you're not going to move a ton from where you're at currently in the PowerPoint ranking. So,
you know what's interesting though, if Prairieville can hang on tonight, not only are they going to jump up in the power ratings and get a potential playoff berth down the road, if they win tonight, if the scores remain the same, and I'm not even worried about EA and Santa Maw, but if the Dutchtown Denham score holds and Dutchtown doesn't make a dramatic comeback, then a win tonight for Prairieville's in first place in District 5-5A with Dutchtown.
Yes, indeed.
That's weird.
I talked a little bit about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Beating whether it's your true parish rival or not, getting that first win in the parish, it meant a lot. I know when Dutchtown beat East Ascension, we blocked a punt that led to that victory over there on Burnside, and then to pick up a win at Santa Maw the same season kind of set Dutchtown on a pace. So we'll see whether or not Prairieville can accomplish both of those. But the fact that they accomplished one at the moment and sit at 3-3 and got the lead halfway through the ball game with a chance to go 4-3, I would consider Prairieville probably ahead of pace as far as that. And that's what Randy Loving envisioned, I think, when he made the decision that instead of playing 2 years of JV and playing straight varsity, that's what his expectation was. Jeff, I'm going to turn my headset over to you, big guy.
All right. Actually, you're going to turn it over to Angele LaCroix. And she is the hardest working person at Prairieville High School this week, as she is the homecoming coordinator. And she's going to join me right now. And first of all, I appreciate you coming because I know that you're exhausted because you had to do 5 days in 3 days.
Yes.
And so how are you feeling right now?
I am feeling very excited because it's almost over.
Yeah.
One more crowning to do tomorrow night at the dance, but the worst part I feel like is behind us.
And so you see right there the homecoming queen, Darion Brown, being named homecoming queen. And thanks for your help for helping us get all the shots and everything tonight.
Absolutely.
And you shared some shots with us earlier this afternoon, as we had some earlier shots this week of the homecoming court and some of their things. And we're going to have some pictures come up here in just a minute. Some of them are going to be of the dynamic duo competition, and some of them are going to be of the court and everything like that. So there you go with the dynamic duos.
Absolutely. So these are some of our top dynamic duo kiddos. Our first place winner is in the middle of that photo, the nun and the businessman, because it is none your business. So they kind of blew everybody away with their creativity. And there is some more just soccer mom and barbecue dads. The two librarians, myself as one of them, we were social butterflies. And then we have stepbrothers, of course, and then mad scientists. So it was just a fun, really great week to see the kids come together, get that spirit going, to really prepare for the game and prepare for the weekend.
And so what was it like doing it in a short amount of time? You had the pep rally last night, and you had a lot of things in a short amount of time.
Well, we do always try to do that homecoming pep rally after school hours, so the community can really join us and really have like a community feel. But yeah, we did have what the kids didn't really appreciate was just 3 days of dress down days, but the teachers kind of didn't mind just having 3 instead of 5. So we tried to make the most of it. We had some fun activities that happened throughout the day at the school. We had Pie a Teacher in the Face today happening with our PBIS. And, you know, the dynamic duo competition, which is always a favorite of students. That was yesterday. So we try to fit in a lot to make, you know, high school memories and make their experience worth their while.
So last question, you got one more thing tonight, so tell us what's going on tomorrow night.
Okay, so one more thing. Tomorrow night is the dance. We'll go ahead and everybody will come on out, hopefully have a great time and a safe night, but we will also at 9:30 crown our homecoming king for the year.
And so we don't know who that is yet, and you're not going to tell us.
Nope, my lips are sealed. So
we appreciate you with your integrity right there. And so Angela Croy, want to thank you for joining us in that short amount of time, because you're trying to hustle everybody around. But
absolutely.
Again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, so here we go. Now I got to turn it over to Email. He's not as much fun to talk to.
And look, I don't want her job, Jeff, so I don't want to be fun to talk to, because I don't want to have to plan high school activities.
No, you're definitely right. And what we're planning right here is second down, as you have the handoff, but you had the kickoff return. It looked like it was going into the end zone, and they chose to return it, and that was not the best choice, as they got tackled inside the 10, and it's second down and 3.
Well, that's several different kickoffs for Live Oak.
Yep. Second down, they're going deep, and they got face, and there's hand-to-hand combat going on there, and we're going to call it good coverage.
I thought it was a great play. I thought he had a step on him early, and great job recovering by the cornerback.
That's Dalen Gonzalez making the nice play. Yes, was there contact with the hands? Yes, but did it make a difference? It's third down. And you're the defense guy, so you're the old defensive coach, and you like the strong defense right there, I know.
Oh, the game's set up for offense, Jeff, so I'm a miserable human being most game days.
Yep.
No matter who I'm pulling for.
3rd and 7. And there's a nice timing route, and it's near a first down. I'll wait. That's Daigle.
Got it.
He got it. And that's a big first down right there, because you're punting in your end zone if you don't get that conversion.
Yeah, and we talked about momentum, Jeff, and Live Oak needed something good to happen, and they probably like, man, 1 yard. We missed the first down, stopping them by 1 yard.
Yeah, and it's just these inflicted mistakes in the first half, but then so close right there. I mean, you had the possession that was extended by the block or the running into the kicker, excuse me. That ball's in the air. Oh, boy. Ooh. That was one of the things that happened to Live Oak the last couple of weeks. That deflection gets picked off a lot, and they were lucky to catch a break. Let me finish what I was trying to say there. At the end of the first half, you had that blocked punt attempt that turned into roughing the kicker. That gave them 3 points right there. You had some personal fouls. You've had some mistakes. You had some drop balls. So Live Oak can't catch a break right now.
No. That play right there, a familiar play that Prairieville's run quite a bit with that little tight end, little pop pass right there.
And a keeper by Kelly will not get the first down. It's going to be third down, but third down and manageable. And that's number 20 on the tackle, Dalen Gonzalez. He's made 2 nice plays this drive.
I'm getting suggestions if I ever was to be the activities coordinator. Dance Off Fridays is, I mean, somebody must have heard me doing the line dance at halftime.
That'd be interesting. Remember we had the challenge last year.
They didn't catch that on camera though, so that's a good thing.
I remember the challenge last year when Barry Whittington did it in the cafeteria, and all the schools kind of answered.
He's been doing a great job.
Yep. 3rd and 5. And they're going to keep it on the ground, and they get a first down. Another great decision. And look at this. Cutting in, out, first down, Taj Wallace.
Jeff, that's right up the center. That's we talked about it earlier. Prairieville hadn't been able to go back there. But Live Oak sees the playing.
Right there, you got to be looking for Kelly, right?
2s or 3s, and went right up the center. 2 big gaps, wasn't able to cover it.
How many times have we seen Kelly keep that right there, though? And they probably know Kelly's going to get that ball. Guess what? Boom, Taj Wallace first down.
Yeah, Wallace has. I mean, he's probably got 50 yards rushing tonight on 2 or 3 big runs.
And now Kelly, completely designed run, nothing. Live Oak's played a good game. Defense they've given up 2 long runs by Kelly. And they gave up the screen and the deep pass to Daigle. But for the most part, they have been competitive. And I think the difference is, again, 0 turnovers. Actually, they're winning the turnover battle. They are +1 because Kelly threw an interception earlier.
Yeah, Bobby Hebert, what he talks about, turnovers, and then he talks about penalties. And 9 penalties or 100 yards. Live Oaks had some costly penalties, Jeff. So while they haven't turned the ball off, some other things have cost them.
2nd down, it's a pass, or maybe he's going to run it. He's waiting, and just nothing developed.
Yeah, pretty elusive. Kelly's doing a good job. Able to move his feet, weave in and out of traffic, keep his eyes downfield, making good decisions.
It's 3rd down and 8. First possession of the 3rd quarter. A touchdown will make it a 2-possession game with an extra point.
Still early, Jeff, but confidence-wise for Live Oak, this is a big 3rd down.
Yes, it is. Kelly, will he throw it? Yes, he will. Timing perfect again. First down, Cale Daigle. And that clock will run, and they are just eating up that 3rd quarter right now. This is a 5-minute possession. They're going to say, I think he was out of bounds, so the clock's going to stop at 7:28.
Yeah, it stopped
Now it's running.
Yeah, it stopped momentarily for the first down, but he was out of bounds. That flat route.
Good timing on both of those passes.
Prairieville has sent 3 guys out in that same vicinity. They only sent 2 that time. But the strong safety, instead of staying deep and forcing that ball to be thrown over, he pressured the quarterback.
And there's Taj Wallace. Good move inside. First down. Hurricanes. Ball's on the ground. Recovered by a offensive lineman. But you see the far side official saying he was down.
Jeff, that Kelly made that play. He had the ball in the running back's belly, and he left it there a second longer, and it caused the running back to be able to get around the defensive end because he wasn't able to commit one way or the other. That was a great job.
So Prairieville has the lead. They're in Live Oak territory, and they've eaten up half the quarter. They need to finish, though.
28-17.
That's Denham. over Dutchtown. Kelly, keeper, outside, so elusive. And he gets out of bounds after getting about half the yardage.
That's the first time they run to the left, Jeff, but basically right. He's running north-south, trying to make a decision. Hey, once I get to 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, what direction I'm going, trying to attack Live Oak right there up the middle.
Detman is uncovered on the right side. Now you got a defender back there getting to him. And we have a whistle. We may have a timeout called. Yeah, I think there was some confusion because it took a while for Detman to get covered right there. And so we're going to keep it here with 6:13 left to go in the third quarter. Let's look at our REV schedule coming up in the upcoming week or two. And we're going to have Walker at Dutchtown. It's the only game in Ascension next week in 5-5A. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to have double duty. You're going to have EA at Dutchtown on Thursday. I won't be there. I'm going to be in Donaldsonville for Berwick versus Donaldsonville with Timmy Chiquette. And then you got Prairieville and Santa Maria. I'm going to be there as well. So that's a big week coming up. And then you got the expanded. You got next week East Feliciana at Dunham. And then you got Pope John Paul at Pearl River. That's on REV Expanded. And that's on VSN. You do have to get a subscription, but more football. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah, more football. I'll be catching football in in San Diego in 2 weeks.
That's why I'm got double duty probably. But that's 2 paychecks, so hey, I'm happy. 2nd and 6, left hash. Daigle in motion. They move, and they're going to have to call that. I think there was contact.
You got another homecoming?
No, I think the homecomings are over. Unless it's Donaldsonville. I don't think it's Donaldsonville's homecoming. I don't know. I got all the homecomings.
Maybe I'll produce the nose.
Yeah, I usually do the interviews, and Lyle likes to give me the interviews because he thinks I do a good job with them, I suppose. I'm going to trust him on that. I'm not going to brag about that. But here's the thing. Half of them I'm not even doing because Joe Lee did it a couple of weeks ago, and Maggie's going to do it at the end of the third quarter here tonight. So it's not even that. 2nd and 1. Will he get free? Yes, he will. And into the red zone, close to a first down. It's going to be a spot check right there. It's close. It is.
Mark it a first down. I'm going to give you a solid bedside manner. Jeff, I think that's just a strength of yours.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm charming. That's what it is. 6:03 left to go. Like I said, they've eaten up half the clock. If you can eat up more than half the clock and get a 2-possession lead, you got to feel good about this. They need the points, though. And Live Oak needs to make a stop. And getting around, won't turn the corner. Yes, he does. He stays on his feet. And I think one of the offensive linemen maybe helped him out a little bit and held him up. Actually, that was Paul, the receiver, down there.
Is Kelly down? His shoe came off?
I don't know. I think he's holding his shoe. And I see Charlie Green coming onto the field. Or maybe now he won't. He's okay. Green was ready, and Green has a season of experience at quarterback, and he is going to have to come in. And he's a good quarterback, so you're not missing a lot. He
got some experience.
Yeah, he is a good quarterback.
Down here, though, sometimes you may spend that time out so you can, because I think if you take a time out, you can get him back in the game.
Yeah. I don't think they're overly concerned. Green knows how to run an offense, and he's got good feet. And he can throw the ball. Daigle in motion. And inside, Wallace close.
I think he's a little short. The one thing about the number one thing you worry about when you put your backup in is handling the snap.
Yeah.
Well, when you're not under center, there's not that much concern about handling the snap. Was Kelly back in?
Mission accomplished for Charlie Green. 3rd and 1. Kelly back in. Tight formation. And a handoff inside. First and goal. I think that's maybe Williams on the carry. He's one of their linebackers who saw some action last week in the backfield. Yes, that's Williams. He got a touchdown in the EA game.
Well, he was running like he was. I don't get the ball too often. Let me try to get across that important white line.
Remember how Dutchtown used Carter Hanberry back in the day? They use him in the red zone, kind of like that, but not in the same fashion. He's in the backfield now. Handoff. They need him, but surge to the 1. And 4 minutes left to go, an 8-minute drive. EA just took the lead on Santamon.
28-21. You know, Prairieville doesn't run a whole lot underneath center. I think a lot of people, the old school football fan, likes when you're underneath center, at least near the goal line. But once again, you got to make sure you get the snap. That's the number one thing down there because you don't do a whole lot of it.
Eating up the clock. You have 1 more yard to go to cap a 93-yard drive, potentially. They've gone 92.
And eating up 8.5 minutes so far.
Oh, will they throw it? Oh, that's dangerous, but he's there.
Touchdown.
And it's a touchdown. And that's Hudson Detman. He gets his 2nd touchdown of the year. And right now it's an 8-point lead, so they need the extra point to make it a 2-possession game. And that's why you go for 1 after that first touchdown when it was 15-6, because now the extra point makes it a 2-possession game. If you don't make that extra point in that first possession,
it's
a problem. But they're going to go for 2. Are they going to go for 2? This is a shocker. They want to make it 25-15 and make it a touchdown and field goal game. I understand that rationale. Roll out, and it's a race to the edge. Kelly wins, and it's a 10-point game. 25-15.
Nice call.
And we've got to take a break right now. We'll come back to it right after the break. It's 25-15. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bingo Pro Exterminators.
Welcome back. 10-point lead for Prairieville. Talk about that 2-point conversion, Coach.
Well, one, I think it's a gutsy call, and you do the math. If you kick the extra point, Jeff, then you're up 24. So it's 9. So whether it's 8 or 9, a touchdown and a field goal beat you. So now a touchdown and a field goal can beat you. They got to go for 2 to make it 11 to beat you.
As you look at the replay right there, and they just had that linebacker, and then he cut inside. And now it's something we haven't seen for a while, the Live Oak offense, because Prairieville had the 8.5-minute drive plus the 1.5 minutes at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I don't have a watch, and I haven't been on the field really close to Kelly, but do teams think he's slower than he really is because he gets the edge on them?
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminds me of Steve Young. Steve Young does not look like a fast quarterback, but he was fast as quarterback Jones gets a first down. So you might look at him and like he's not going to beat us out there, but he's just fast.
Well, a lot of times the defensive lineman's going in one direction, the quarterback takes in the other, so it makes you look faster than you are, but still you're covering ground.
And Caden Jones is trying to do his best Skylar Kelly impression. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's taking matter into his own hands the last couple of plays. And
they're in a hurry up.
Who'd you say had a bunch of catches at the beginning of the game?
Number 6, Cash Davis, who has none tonight.
I don't remember him having one.
2nd and 4. Is that it? His first catch? Is that him? It's hard to see if that's 8 or 6. We are a mile away.
6 is right here on this side, so it ain't 6.
It's 0. It's Urson. It's Urson. It's at 0. 1st and 10. Prairieville scored 25 straight after trailing 15-0.
I'll try to pay attention to these next couple downs. Zach Richmond is over. Live Oaks wide receiver, and they're going at him right here.
And did he come down with it?
They called it a catch.
And there's 6. That's Zade Richmond on the coverage. And he got there. He contested it after Davis came up with it. But that's a guy that's just really, really good. 1st and goal, Live Oak. Completely designed keeper, and it's a touchdown. That was an answer drive right there, boy, let me tell you.
A minute and 24 seconds, Jeff.
They looked really good. That's the best they've looked all night.
Well, I think that quarterback and obviously 6 for Live Oak, those are the 2 best players on offense, and those are the 2 guys that touched it.
Yep. So they're trying to make it a field goal game. Matthew Landry to kick the extra point. It is good. It's 25-22. We'll take a break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bingo Pro Exterminators.
Welcome back, and Live Oak answers, and they had to because they gave up 25 straight to Prairieville, and now it's a 3-point game, 25-22, 2:06 left to go in the third.
Interesting extra point, Jeff, for Live Oak, and I didn't catch it the first time, but you know, a lot of teams run swinging gate, but they got their kicker on the field. Live Oak doesn't have that kicker on the field. When they decide that they're kicking it, they run him on the field.
Yep. It's deep, and I think that Williams was instructed to not go after that one. He was the one that took it and got tackled at the 7 previously.
But, Coach, we used 8.5 minutes off the clock when I did that.
Yeah. You know, it helped us. It was an extra series of downs.
Yeah.
But he made the right choice.
Yeah.
Right there.
In high school football, it'll be interesting to see because, I mean, college and pros, I think right now you kick it in the end zone, you still get the ball at the 20. And maybe there's not enough high school kickers that can actually kick it in the end zone that it's an issue right now. Most of them come out beyond the 20. Maybe it's coverage.
Yeah, could be. So first down at the 20, quick pass, Daigle. And they keep throwing that ball on first down, keeping them honest. Now at the end of the quarter here, which is only a couple of minutes away, this is a very fast-moving game. We're going to have an interview. Maggie Davis will interview Darion Brown, the newly crowned homecoming queen at Prairieville High School. It's 2nd and 5. Well, we'll call it 2nd and 4. They got to get to the 30. Daigle in motion. Quarterback keeper. He keeps it. Doesn't pitch to Daigle. First down. And that's a well-designed play right there because you got the fake inside to Wallace, and then you got Daigle trailing, who is another option, but the quarterback keeps it.
Yeah, defensive end. He didn't tackle the dive guy, and he didn't tackle the quarterback, and once again, you're playing 11 on 10 when that happens.
So final minute coming up of the third quarter. Prairieville trying to win 3 in a row in district. Man in motion. And they look deep. Now he's going to keep it. Improvising. Oh, he's going down, but it's a face mask.
Wow, just when you think Live Oak's got a big play.
Time, huh? Every time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he reached high. And that was the first time, because if he takes the edge left, he's going to run for like 15 minutes. Now, he may only get 12 yards out of it, but he's going to run for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I tried to watch that on the little screen right here, Jeff, and I didn't see if there was anybody open that Kelly could have thrown it to. But he's not. I mean, he's done a good job of not taking any chances. If you can run it in high school just as well as you can throw it, then a lot of times you can just tuck it and run and gain positive yardage. It just puts so much pressure on the defense.
Yep. This has got to be at least the 4th personal foul that's made a difference on the Live Oak side. Because now you're right at midfield, just a yard shy.
Two plays left in this quarter, more than likely.
This has been a great game. Both teams haven't been consistent, but both teams have had their moments. Handoff, Wallace. Can he go outside? Yes, he does. Then he cuts back in. Nice move, first down.
It's a good job. No edge player for Live Oak defensively.
Whistle.
Live Oak's got a player down.
Okay, so there's an injury right there. And so let's see if he's getting up. He is getting up, I think. So we don't need to talk about anything extra right here. Although, is there a stoppage? No, we're ready to go. It looked like Coach Schmidt was going to meet up.
Yeah, he anticipated there being
really not
a little break in the action.
It's not cramp season anymore, really. It's getting a little cool.
It's going to be really cool, much cooler next week.
Yep. So the play clock has not run yet. It's 1st and 10.
This will be the last play of the quarter, unless it's an incomplete pass or go out of bounds, because the 40-second clock will start after this.
You know what's interesting? Prairieville probably had the ball 10 and a half minutes of that quarter, and it's probably going to be 8-7 scoring in that quarter. Keeper, you got to be careful with that ball. He thought about pitching it, kind of got stray there. He got it back in as the quarter is going to come to an end. And so we're going to keep it here. It's 25-22. Prairieville with the lead, and we're going to take it down to the field for an interview with the homecoming queen.
Hi, I'm Maggie Davis, and I'm here with our 2025 homecoming queen,
Darian Brown.
Darian, what legacy do you hope to leave behind with Prairieville High School?
I hope to leave a legacy of positivity and confidence and leadership.
Is there anyone you would like to thank in this moment?
I would like to thank my friends, my family, my teammates, and my coaches, anybody who pushed me through this journey.
Is there any last words you have for our viewers?
I would say, go Canes! I was going to say something that I would.
Thank you very much. As Darian Brown being interviewed by Maggie Davis. She's doing a great job helping us out here as one of our REV interns. And we have an update from Denham, and it's not good news for Ascension Parish teams, as it doesn't look like Dutchtown's going to come back. It's 42-17. And that would give everybody at least one loss in district. The lone undefeated may be about to go down.
And with Dutchtown having that bye week already, Prairieville holds on here. They'll be 3-1 in district.
But there's a lot of game to be played, and Live Oak is back in this. And right tackle moved. For sure. And this is something that we haven't seen. Self-inflicted mistakes by Prairieville. You did have one personal foul that cost them earlier, but you got to hate to. It drives me crazy when it happens to LSU. When you come out of a timeout, you come out of a break, and you got motion.
Yeah, there's plenty that aggravates me about the Tigers sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that happens a lot, though, and I've seen it. A lot of times you come out of the timeout and you get a motion penalty.
Just a little bit of a change of routine, huddle up, run a play, huddle up, run a play, and all of a sudden you're out of that routine.
Daigle in motion, and that's caught by Jackson. He's got one man to beat. Can he beat him? No, as they bring him down. A good tackle and a first down.
Jeff, that was the same play they ran actually on this side, but going the other direction earlier, and I told you that's not easy, and Prairieville's got a player down, Jeff. I'm not sure what number it is.
Yeah.
But they run that little, I want to call it a swing and kind of deep and out, and that way you can hit that receiver running north and south instead of a lot of times they catch it going east-west, and it was a little bit ahead of him, but otherwise a nice throw and catch and a big play.
And as they stretch out the injured Prairieville Hurricane, we'll take a look at the high school scoreboard, the middle school scoreboard, excuse me, as I channel my inner David Swacker and get these scores in here. As a lot of games being played this week on the middle school schedule. Santa Maria had to bye this week. You had Gonzales defeating Galvez by a score of, was that 28-6. Prairieville over Bluff 20-12. Lake in a low-scoring game beats Lowry 8-6, and another low-scoring Dutchtown. They're having a good season this year in middle school, 7-6 over Central.
The battle of the G's, Gonzales and Galvez.
Yep, the EA feeder school battle.
Yeah, I had talked to Ponder to see how his Dutchtown middle season's going.
They've had a couple of wins.
We don't
it's good for Prairieville to have a win because they've been struggling a little bit this season. They've lost a few. They beat Bluff. That's kind of a Prairieville versus Dutchtown rivalry.
Yeah, when Bluff opened, they split.
Yeah, they took a lot of Panthers.
Yeah, we talked about not cramping, and we got a cramp. You get deceived, Jeff.
That's a Daigle. That's a tough loss.
Yeah,
maybe a little more than a cramp though.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I think just kind of taking him off his feet a little bit to try to get that cramp to subside. They'll get some fluids in him, and he'll probably come back in the ball game. But it's cool when you think you don't have to drink as much. I do it cutting grass, but it's warmer than you think when you're out in the sun, and they're out there practicing on the turf. It's still warm.
He had a couple of catches in that third quarter on those little timing routes across the field. Oh, it's on the ground. Good job recovering, and you had two guys pouncing on that ball. Low snap.
Yeah.
That's a tough that was another self-inflicted mistake, but they overcame their last one on that pass to Jackson.
Well, they had field goal range, but they don't want a field goal because a field goal doesn't. I mean, a touchdown by.
Yeah, 6-point lead against a team that can score quickly like Live Oak. You got to answer their serve.
It only took a minute and 20 last time.
Kelly rolls out. He thought he was going to cut, and the turf monster got him. He gets to the 21. It's going to be 3rd and 6. He had one more guy to beat, and 10 was he was laboring out there, and I think if he was trying to do that cut, he would have burned him right there.
It would have been close. 3rd and 7.
Yeah. 6.5, maybe 7. They got to get inside the 20, but not quite to the 19. I mean, not the inside the 15, but not to the 14. Excuse me. Ball at the 21.
This is where Kelly's tucked it a couple times in this game, Jeff. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again right here.
Now, they did it with Wallace one time before, They're going to do it again. Oh, and he ran into a little traffic, but it was a well-designed play. It's 4th down. Now on the left hash, it would be about a 35-yard attempt on 4th and 2.
I don't even think they're considering it.
Nope.
They're going for it right here. And
yep, I would too. Inside of 10 minutes, 25-22 Canes.
they have run that little zone read a little bit, stretch zone. Let's see if they'll go to it right here.
Big play in this game. And they lost it down on that low snap. Will that make a difference? Kelly's throwing all the way. Flag on the field, incomplete.
This is going to be interesting. One that was an interesting play call.
It's declined.
It's against Prairieville.
Oh, and that's the first time in a while Live Oak has made a stand. And now they can take the lead.
Mm.
And they scored on that previous possession, and they got Cash Davis in the game. And I think that just looked awkward from the start. Just something didn't work right on that possession. Well, not on that possession, but on that down. And that low snap that cost them a down on 1st down, that put them in a hole that they could not get out of.
You know, you take away week 1 where they scored 12, Jeff. I told you it was 45, 55, 31, 30, 38, 21, and 34.
Yep, and they have been turnover free tonight. Don't want to jinx them. Pass complete. That's Landry Smart.
Prairieville needs their defense to step up and make a play.
2nd and 3, maybe 2.
And now, do you blitz the quarterback and give him a chance to make one guy miss, and now you're chasing him?
And now rolling out, pass incomplete. Trying to get it to number 4, Jake Landry. Sliding attempt, incomplete.
We mentioned him during the coin toss.
Yep. So you saw him. You were wondering where he was. So big play. Live Oak just made one of those game-changing plays. Can they capitalize on the 4th down stop deep?
This ball stays in Jones's hands, Jeff.
It does not, and it's a 1st down or not. I think he's there.
Yep, he got it about a half yard or so.
Felton.
He's had some nice runs tonight too in that 1st quarter.
He had a touchdown. Ball at the 27, 8.5 minutes. This is where Live Oak wants to eat clock, maybe. They're running the ball now. That worked in the 1st quarter.
35-26 EA over Sanamo.
And I think we had a flop right there. They don't call any penalty. 75. Had a push on Schmidt, and then I think somebody helped him out and he did a flop. No penalty. 2nd and 7. Low snap. Quick pass. Caught. Not enough. 3rd and 2, though. 14 makes the catch. That's Hudson Hyde.
It'll be interesting if Prairieville can stop it here and make it like 4th and 2. What will Live Oak do? That clock is 7:30. Oh, we still got half the quarter left. But that clock goes faster in the 4th quarter for some reason.
3rd and 2. 1st down. Live Oak.
They had him bottled up, Jeff, and a little running back for Felton does a good job keeping his feet moving.
1st and 10.
A lot of similarities between the quarterbacks and the running backs for both these teams, running backs kind of hide behind the O-line.
Pass caught. Oh, no, he might go the distance. He is going to go the distance, and Live Oak's going to take the lead. And there's your guy, number 6, Cash Davis.
2 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
At least 85 yards, yep. That was a long passing catch. And they were waiting to use him. And now, if Prairieville wants to get a win and a share of the district lead, they're going to have to do it on offense. Extra point. They may be going for 2. It's 28-25. They're going for 2. Pass. And that makes it a field goal game. It stays a field goal game. Interesting. We'll take a break as we look at the replay, though. Our score, Live Oak 28, Prairieville 25. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. Raising Cane's, Galvez Seafood, Advantage Therapy, Hollis Orthodontics, Miller Safety Consulting, Louisiana Radio Communications, Bingo Pro Exterminators.
Welcome back. It's 28-25. That's a curious call right there because now a field goal ties it.
Well, credit to Prairieville because I don't know if that's something new for Live Oak, but Prairieville has done a good job of either forcing a miss on the 2-point conversion or them calling in the kicker.
So now Prairieville must answer. They were stopped on 4th down on their previous possession.
Well, defense didn't get the true stop, Jeff.
Yep.
It got the stop on a 2-point conversion, and that may be enough.
Yeah. And so this has been a game of streaks as Prairieville fell in the hole 15-0, and then they scored 25 straight, making it 25-15. Now Live Oak scored 13 straight, and they have the lead. And you got 6.5 minutes approximately, a little bit more than that. And this is a drive that, I mean, I hate to make just an outrageous point or whatever, but this is a playoff drive because this could be the difference between being a playoff team if you're Prairieville and not being a playoff team.
Well, I think everything's 4-down territory from here on out because, I mean, Live Oak's shown that they can score easily when they got the football.
And there's a handoff up the middle. Got a few.
So the only question would be maybe he punts it if they don't get a first down.
And you don't want to leave them any time on the clock if you do score.
Yep.
6:24.
But if Prairieville doesn't pick up the first down here and get outside the 30, but if they get outside the 30, I think they're going to be going 4 down 3. Don't want to give the ball back to Live Oak.
Pass wide open. First down. I think that was Paul. 1st and 10, Hurricanes. 6:06 left to go.
Yeah. And you want to use time, but you don't want to use time. So it's kind of a dilemma. You got to – I know we talk about the 2-minute offense. Some people talk about the 4-minute offense. Prairieville needs the 6-minute offense.
Well, they've only used about 30 seconds so far. And that's a run outside and gets a couple. And that clock will run. That's number 15, Harrelson. Second and 6. Clock running, 5:43.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit, Jeff.
Yeah. 2nd and 6. Prairieville trails by 3.
Because they want to still be able to run the football.
And that's going to be 3rd and about 2. That's Wallace. So 2 down territory right here for sure, as we're going to go inside of 5 minutes. So we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the possession, and they're trying to run clock.
It is under 5 minutes.
Drama in Prairieville. 3rd and 2. Roll out. Keeper all the way. First down past midfield. Kelly keeps it. So, mission accomplished so far. They've gotten halfway there, approximately. Not quite, but they've gotten 30-plus yards.
Yeah. Prairieville, they're going to do everything can to score a touchdown, obviously. I don't think they want to go to overtime, Jeff.
No. Live Oak has 2 timeouts left, in case you were wondering. Quarterback looking around. Now's going to keep it. Cuts outside. He's got room. Cuts outside again to the 30. Out of bounds. No, comes back in. 20. 15-yard line.
Yeah, but if we get a replay, that was a crucial no-clip block right here by Prairieville. If we'll see it right there.
Yeah, Paul.
And he did a great job of waiting, and got in front of him instead of clipping him, which would have been a big play. You'll see it right there.
Yeah, on the side.
Enough to get that arm in the front. That's an excellent job. Now you can slow it down. And Live Oak's got to start considering using their timeouts.
Red zone. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Handoff inside. And that's not enough, but it's close. That's the senior, Ivan Sanders.
That's okay. That clock's running for Prairieville, Jeff. That's it.
Yep. You would love to see zeros on the clock, but that's not going to happen now.
Well, I think Prairieville would like to get a first down inside the 5.
Yep.
You want to score, but it would be okay if you can plan it, if you can see that crystal ball.
2nd and 4.
Touch.
Sanders, boy, it looked wide open for a second. It's 1st and goal. And the clock has stopped. Now it's going to run. So
yeah, first down. It stopped on first down. You know.
Yes.
Live Oak. This will sound crazy. Almost want to let Prairieville score.
Yep.
I mean, I know Parkview has done that and beat Redemptorist one year and got them a state championship because of it.
Sanders is in the backfield, the senior. He goes left, so it's a quarterback. Prairieville has the lead. But they've left 2:06 on the clock. And so they have done their job. It's a 31-28 lead. So now, because they missed that 2-point conversion, an extra point would take the field goal out of the equation. But now you got to look for number 6 on defense.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And it is good. We're going to keep it here. It's 32-28. And now the defense has to make their stand if they want to be in first place in District 5A. Let's look at Prairieville's schedule, because unless there's a miracle at Denham Springs, everybody's going to have a loss, at least. And you see them right there in district. They beat Walker 28-23. They beat East Ascension 44-27. You got Live Oak.
They have the lead.
And you got Live Oak with a lead right now. Denham Springs and Santa Maria. Those are 2 really tough games on the road. This is your best shot at one more win in district before you get to St. Thomas Aquinas. And you probably have to have at least one more win along with St. Thomas Aquinas, so really 2, to guarantee a playoff berth.
Yep.
If you lose 3 in a row here and then go into St. Thomas Aquinas, you might be out. Line drive, and he takes it, and he's going to have to take it out of the end zone. No, he does not. And I thought that was going to go out of bounds if he doesn't touch it.
Yeah, probably a preferred option was to let it go, Jeff, right there. Some kind of way you got to have 2 guys on 6. Maybe one guy banging him at the line of scrimmage and another guy on top. And then everybody else just got to play solid defense. Keep number 1 in front of you. Make a tackle inbound, let the clock run. Live Oak's got 2 timeouts. They got to go 80 yards because a field goal doesn't win it. Can't tie it.
No overtime tonight. And we have an update from the pit. EA scores 42-26. And so playoffs on the line, perhaps. And there's pressure complete up the middle, short of a first down. Landry with the catch. Denham up 42-24, so Dutchtown has scored. 2nd and 2.
They're still down by 3 scores.
138. They are just taking their time. Rolling out. He's going to keep it. He's going to get a first down, maybe. Yeah, I think
that's
so.
okay though. Clock.
128 now.
128.
You're looking at a situation now where if Prairieville gets the ball back, they're going to win the game.
You know, Prairieville almost doesn't even need to pressure the quarterback. They just kind of need to, because he's going to get happy feet regardless if he's back there for 2 seconds.
Keeper gets past, and he's got a first down. He's got a lot more. Oh, boy, this is going to be dramatic at the end. 1:20 left to go, and they are in range.
They did. 3 defensive linemen just ran past him, Jeff. That's what I was saying. You can almost just kind of mirror your offensive lineman, and
if Prairieville keeps them out of the end zone, they win. If not, they lose. What a game. Pass. Caught. And that's Urson to the 35. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Hey, you okay with that? Live Oak needs to find out where 6 is at.
Yep.
They hadn't even looked at him yet, Jeff.
And so timeout called. We'll keep it here. Let's look at Live Oak's schedule, because a win here, they could be thinking about a playoff berth, but they need help. You see their schedule. They beat Walker, so they have their district win. They lost to Denham. Next week they got Santa Ma. That's going to be a tough one. And then they got Dutchtown at the end, and they have an open date. So really, Santa Ma and Dutchtown, those are going to be 2 tough ones. And this is their shot at a win, and then they got to steal a win.
Well, I mean, the district is, I mean, you got Cooper Babin that's pretty good. Owen has done a good job. You got Kelly that's here that's done a good job. The Live Oak quarterback is legit. East Ascension quarterback, he may be the most important person on East Ascension's team.
2nd and 6, 1 timeout left, 51 seconds. It's touchdown or loss for Live Oak. They have not committed a turnover all night. That has been their problem lately. The fade incomplete. And a late flag. Contact. Was that ball catchable? Doesn't matter.
He called it.
I don't like that call.
I don't like that call either.
That looked uncatchable. That's going to give first down to the Eagles, I think.
That's going to put the ball at about the 22-yard line. 34, 35.
That ball.
15 yards.
That
15 will
ball,
put it at the 19.
I just don't see that being a catchable ball.
Didn't have a chance.
Prairieville fans don't like this. Red zone. Now if you're Live Oak, you don't want to score too quickly.
Well, I don't think they're worried about too quickly, Jeff. I think they're worried about scoring.
Yep.
But once again, now you get in the situation that the other guys can hurt you. You still got a timeout.
Shotgun all day. Now he doesn't have all day. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to lose yardage. He doesn't throw the ball away.
Boy, a sack would have been huge right there, Jeff. If you can just get him right there. Nice hesitation by Jones.
Now they're out of the red zone, 26-yard line. 2nd and 16. 36 seconds. Jones, deep fade, and nobody's there. That's where they were trying to get to Davis, and they bracketed him right there. 3rd and 16. Prairieville's 2 plays away from a win.
3rd down.
Live Oak is 26 yards away from a win. And you got the extra guy off the field. That's Delapas. 3rd and 16. And this pass is caught at the 20. It's going to be 4th down. And he does not get out of bounds. 20 seconds. They have a timeout left. They may use it right here.
They have to use it right here. 17 seconds. About 3rd and 6. 4th and 6, I mean.
Yeah, we'll call that 4th and 7. They have to get to the 9.
Well, sometimes you look at players, sometimes you look at players. Where you going?
Either end zone or sideline.
That's neither a player or a player. That's a position on the field. You're going to 6 or 1?
You're going to 6. If one can improvise, let him.
The thing he can't do, he can't improvise for long. This play can't take. I mean, obviously, 1st down is more important than the seconds at this point in time. But he can't run around there and them look up and it's 8 seconds. If he takes that long, they need to be inside the 5.
I think it's going to be 4th and exactly 6. Prairieville is this close from being in first place.
Got to contain him, Jeff.
He's going to run. He's going to get it. Ball's on the ground. He's on the ground, excuse me. 10 seconds left. No timeouts. He may have to clock it right here. 8, 7, he does. 6. 1 play, maybe 2. Whew. Man. This is the difference perhaps between a district lead, a playoff berth, and
that quarterback draw has been effective, Jeff. You got to bracket 6 somewhere, somehow. But
where is 6? He's going to be on the left. Prairieville calls a timeout. Prairieville is making a smart move. They got their timeouts. We'll just keep it here, and we'll talk about what's happened. It's been a drama.
8's in the backfield.
Yep.
And he's had some nice runs tonight. Got a touchdown. He could be there to run quarterback ISO.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for 6. He's going to probably be in the slot left.
because the quarterback just picked up 10. Jones just picked up 10 on fourth down to pick up the first down. So they only need 7 or 8 to get in the end zone. 7.
Yep. I don't know. I'm speechless.
That's why offensive coordinators get paid the big bucks.
Yep. Live Oak scored 15. Then Prairieville scored 25.
You can't let the quarterback run north-south. So those 3 linemen got to clog. 3 defensive linemen got to clog up the inside, and the linebackers got to be able to run him down.
6 seconds. Rolls out. He's going to throw it into the end zone. In the back of the end zone.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. The game is over. Prairieville's in first place.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
I'm glad I'm here to experience it with you, Jeff Porsche.
First place, Prairieville. 32-28. I don't believe it. That is a 3-game district winning streak. And with the Dutchtown loss, Prairieville's in first place in District 5-5A with 2 district games remaining. I don't believe it. When they lost to Dutchtown so badly, even though it was a close game at halftime, you were wondering, oh, same old stuff, and now look at what they've done.
You know, technically they tied with East Ascension, but they beat East Ascension, so they technically got the lead in the district.
Yep. And this is going to be a glorious finish. As you see the handshakes, why don't we congratulate our homecoming queen again, Darion Brown. Let's look at the girls one more time before we go to the alma mater. So Darion Brown was crowned queen. As you see, Addison Rochester, Talacia Johnson, Addison Arsenault, Camille Dewey, and Samira Veal. Sydney Knockan, Victoria White, Darion Brown, there's your queen. And a great job tonight with the interview, of course, from Maggie Davis. Then you got Sydney Jacques and Addison Knockan. Our final score. First place, Prairieville, 32. Live Oak, 28.
Hey, glad to hear the experience with you, Jeff. It was fun. A very entertaining football game.
Yes. And this is what I expected. Because if Live Oak doesn't commit turnovers, they can beat you. And they won the turnover battle, but they couldn't convert at the end.
Yep. Well, 28 points. They've been averaging that plus some throughout the season on offense.
Yep. As you see the victorious Hurricanes on the left getting ready for their alma mater.
They may not know the result of the Dutchtown-Denham game yet.
They're about to find out. I'll go down there and tell them if they don't find out.
42-24, the Yellow Jackets.
Here you go with the alma mater. Prairieville's done it. They've won 3 straight in district. They have a winning record. 17 games into their history. Our final score, Prairieville 32, Live Oak 28. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of our camera operators. I want to thank Maggie Davis for helping out. I want to thank everybody. Andre from the director spot, Lyle from the producer spot. Coach, we'll see you next week at Dutchtown. And that does it. I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching the REV Game of the Week.